Arcade shooter games rock. There's nothing more satisfying than paying an obnoxious amount of money to point a brightly colored firearm at a small TV screen and shooting convicted felons, terrorists, robots, zombies, Bambi's mom,
Way to go!
and stormtroopers.
Yeah, and I just shot his crotch.
And they all play out the exact same way. Unload all of your ammo on said bad guys, then you gotta point your gun away from the screen to reload. But if you're too trigger happy, you'll end up shooting a civilian, wasting your hard-earned cash. But out of all of the arcade shooting games, there's one that stands out from the rest of the pack, and that game is Time Crisis.
Oh no, why did I do that?
And what makes Time Crisis so unique? Well, it gives you the option to hide and cover during a firefight. Now you can truly immerse yourself in the game, pretending to be in an action movie. And every time you hide for cover, you'll also reload your weapon, as opposed to pointing your gun off screen. Now let's talk more about Time Crisis. It was developed and published by what is now Bandai Namco, the same company that made a ton of well-known arcade classics. And they're nice, simple, and very mellow games. And then once 1995 arrived, some guy at Namco had a very postal idea. Hey, I got an idea. We've been making a lot of child-friendly games for the past decade. Why not create a game where you murder people with a pistol? And they released it to the arcades in '95, and it released on the PlayStation in '97. And even came with its own handgun on top of that. Alright, now, let's get on to the game. So the story starts off with an Amber Alert going off, but instead of showing the car and license plate, we get told that the daughter of said fictional country has been kidnapped.
There's been a kidnapping. Is Grubhub perks that make you want to boogie?
And the kidnapper in this case is Owen Wilson, and apparently he's got her captive in a literal medieval castle. And what are his demands?
He's demanding military secrets in exchange for Rachel's life.
And who you think you kidnapped, Chelsea Clinton?
And we've got till sunset to rescue her. But on top of that, we'll be going against an entire army of blue terrorist guys. And this isn't going to be an easy operation. So who's going in to rescue the president's daughter? Navy SEALs? Green Berets? Solid Snake? The fucking Power Rangers? No, we're sending in a guy with a leather jacket and a giant-ass hand cannon. And he's named after an expensive watch company. So I don't exactly own a PS1, nor the light gun for this occasion, nor a working TV. So for this playthrough, I did it using DuckStation and using a mouse and keyboard to play the game. I just brought a whole new meaning to keyboard warrior. So we start up the game, and we get an epic cutscene with Owen Wilson strutting his way like a total creep. And once he was about to slice the chick's face off, this happens.
Hey Jones, check out my Stinger missile launcher.
What happened?
I hate to break it to you, but some jackass with a leather jacket is shooting up the place.
What?
So instead of sneaking and infiltrating the place, Richard goes in, guns blazing, shooting up the place, and being a Giga Chad badass. And then we shoot a guy with an RPG, and shit starts exploding left and right. Then we fight more bad guys, who are the biggest pushover of the century. An entire battalion of blue guys cannot take on a random dweeb with a handgun. So we hop onto some moving platforms and shoot some more dweebs, and we get off and bushwhack some more dweebs. Then we get outside to encounter two guys with machine guns spraying and praying right in our face. But once we clear out everyone in the area, we move up and run into Johnny Bravo.
And I am Johnny Bravo.
Then we move up, and then a bunch of dudes with rocket launchers appear and flop around like morons, and now we're moving into the castle.
Don't come! It's a trap! Oh no!
And then a squad of fucking Wolverines pop out of nowhere, and this is definitely going to be a difficult battle.
Action!
And then Richard picks up Wolverine with ketchup smeared in his face and fucking decks him in the face and refuses to elaborate. Then stage 2 starts off with Richard walking in and clearing out some hallways.
Oh shit!
And once that's dealt with, he makes his way outside to shoot up some more baddies with machine guns. Then we make our way back inside to shoot up some random art museum, pumping precious artifacts with 50 Action Express. And then I come up with a speedrunning tactic on just unloading everything I got at all the bad guys. And then shit starts exploding for some reason. Then we walk into a dark room and shoot up more baddies. And we get back outside to realize that it's 4:55. Then we get onto a bridge and shoot another Wolverine in the face and head back inside to play a bit of John Wick mode. And then we fight in the hallway. But after that debacle, we find the princess yet again.
Look out!
Haha! It is I, Owen Wilson. For some reason, I am the bad guy in this game, and I appeared in blockbuster hits like Disney Cars and Armageddon. And for the love of Christ, you cannot hold a gun properly. Therefore, I have to stab you in the face. Then after that, it's time for a boss battle.
Psych!
So after a giant game of cat-like reflexes, popping in and out of cover, shooting Owen Wilson in the face a couple of times, then we fight some more bad guys along with the boss fight, and after unloading like a madman, we finally defeat Owen Wilson. Haha, you thought you were done with the game. Well, get psyched, nerd. We still got about 20 more minutes of gameplay to go. So I'll take Slender Woman over here, and we'll just skedaddle out of here. Okay, alrighty, bye-bye.
The fuck?
So now it's stage 3. And how is Richard gonna get himself out of this situation? Well, climbing out of a 30-story building, of course, and fucking jump off. And we are in fact still shooting more bad guys. That's the point of the game, alright.
Hey, baby.
And then an attack helicopter takes you on, so you unload everything you got on the chopper and eventually shoot it down. Then we head back inside the castle, have a shootout in some factory, and then we shoot up some epic computer room.
K-pop, bitch!
Then we make our way downtown to an elevator to shoot up some Castlevania looking ass place. And after that, it's time for the final showdown. Aha! Who would have thought some weirdo at an arcade would literally take down my entire army of goons? I should have known. But now, it's time to blow some shit up, am I right? Alrighty, you can deal with the property damage. It's not my problem.
Let me go!
Yeah, I thought not. Now it's time for you to blow an extra $100 in quarters, Richard. And now it's time to face off Wild Dog. And it's another game of cat-like reflexes. Either act fast or get shot in the face. But Wild Dog is quite a pussy, however, since he has to have other guys do the fighting for him. But after you defeat all the bad guys, we finally got him cornered, and keep shooting him repeatedly with the goofiest sound effects possible. And after a bit, he finally goes down. And we finally did it! We rescued the princess from Bowser. Then we hop in a helicopter and fly away from the exploding castle and off into the sunset, with a ton of Japanese names appearing. And that is the end of Time Crisis. Then you type in your 3-letter name and set the gun back in the holster and go about your day.
I give up with this shit.
Oh yeah, special mode. That exists.